This makeup look has had so many people asking me if I'm a makeup artist this week. Let's get into the look. I've done my skincare. If you would like an updated routine, then let me know and I will show you my current skincare products that I'm using. Let's start the look. The first thing that I use is the P. Louise base. This is in shade 3. This is my ride or die for that blended, just the blend. A little goes a long way with this. You really don't need a lot, and you also don't need to put any powder on it. You can put your eyeshadow straight on top of this, but less is more. I found that the more I use of this, the more the eyeshadow then gets mixed into it and it's not nice, and we don't want that. The eyeshadow palette that I'm using is the Huda Beauty Rose Gold. This is probably 15 years old. I know. There's still some that I haven't even actually used. This got a lot of controversy when it came out. I think some of them were, well, I don't know if all of them were, but a lot of them were really difficult to use. I felt like I didn't have too many problems with this. Absolutely obsessed. What I am going to say though is, just because I'm doing my makeup look with this eyeshadow palette, do not feel that you also need this eyeshadow palette. There are so many palettes now from all different brands that the colours that I'm going to use, you probably have an eyeshadow palette in your collection that you can use these colours or something similar. Don't feel like just because I'm using this, because I'm going through a use my makeup vibe, don't feel like you should also have this, because you really don't. Let's get into the look. The first colour that I'm going to use, this is really simple by the way, but I'm going to use this shade here, which is Sandalwood, and I'm going to use my really just thick, big blending brush. This is by Spectrum Collections and it's the A29. Absolutely with this. It probably isn't even an eyeshadow brush, but I just like it better. And I'm just going to go right at the top, because I have hooded eyes. I'm just going to go right in the top, right underneath my eyebrow bone. Well, right on top of my eyebrow bone, should I say. And I'm just blending that out. What I like when you use this brush, it doesn't take a lot. Step 1, done. The second colour that I'm going to use is this brown shade here called Cocoa. I'm now just using a fluffy brush. This was from the Primark set that I got, so any fluffy brush will do. And then I'm just going to concentrate on the middle of my eye first and then buff it out. This is just so easy. And then I'm just going to sort of angle it here. I'm just going to get this and go back in with Sandalwood just to give that more of a blend. And I always feel like at this point I look like I have been punched in the face, but it's fine. The next shade I'm going to go in with is this, I don't know what these were called, 3D mattes. So it's this shade right here called Dubai, and it's this really nice bronzy brown shade, and I just apply that with my finger and I pretty much just put that all over the brown. And then on top of that I put this bronze gold called Blessed. I just mainly concentrate that in the middle. So I'm gonna get the rest of my face on and you'll see the finished look. This is the finished makeup look. If you also want to know what I've got on my face, I've probably got a ton of other videos, but I can do a separate video just for what I've got on my face if you want to know. But this is the finished look. I am absolutely obsessed. Let me know what you think in the comments.